Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Crystal. This is Becoming Crystal Clear. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over, skin health in regards to the face and how to take care of it, different things to look for. So if that sounds like you in your glow up journey on finding yourself, keep watching. All right, guys, so let's get into the video. So I think the first thing you want to think about when you're dealing with, your face and skin health is really just understanding what type of skin you have. And there's three different types that you could have. You could have oily skin, combination skin, which is a combination of both, so oily and dry. And then also you could have dry skin. Now, it took me a while to figure out my skin type because for the longest, I really thought I had oily skin. But then after doing the skin test, I actually realized that I have combination skin. And a lot of us have combination skin. And that's where you're a lot more oily in like your T-zone, and then the rest of your face is dry. That's me. But I'm also acne prone, so I just assumed because I had oily skin. But that's now the easy test you want to do to figure out what type of skin you have is to wash your face and put no product on it afterwards, and maybe wait like 5 to 10 minutes to let your skin dry. And you're looking for a couple things. Does your skin feel dry and tight? Does it immediately get oily, or do you have a combination of the two happening? And either one of these will let you know what type of skin type you have. So obviously, if it's feeling dry and tight, you have more dry skin. If it gets oily and like shiny afterwards, even without any product, that means you have oily skin. And then if you have a combination of both happening, that just means you have combination skin. Now, the good thing about understanding what type of skin type you have, it'll help you when you start thinking about what products you need to use, because we're glowing up and we're at our skin, we did our hair. So this will give you a good indication on what type of product you need to use for your specific. Now, one of the major things I think people struggle with their skin is acne. Now, contrary belief, you can have acne whether you have dry skin or if you have oily skin. For the longest, I thought it was just oily skin girlies like myself. Well, I'm combination, but you can also have acne if you have dry skin. Now, really just being able to understand that will help you manage your acne, or even, cure it at some point. But you also need to understand what kind of acne you have. So I know of 2 acne types. You can always do more research and finding out, if yours doesn't fall under these categories. But the first one is very common. It's hormonal acne. And that one's normally centralized around the cheek areas, the lower jawline. This is where it's like, okay, it's hormonal, or you tend to have your breakouts around the time you actually start your period. So this is really where it's a good indicator that you have hormonal acne. The second type of acne you might have, or when you have the small bumps all over your face, they're very even, same size. This is still a form of acne, but it's not hormonal acne. It's sometimes more like on the side of fungal acne, but it's still acne. It's a little bit different. And treating these types of acne is completely different. It's night and day. And also, as I said, you have to take in consideration what your skin type. The second thing you want to think about that might be affecting your skin, on your journey of really just, taking care of it, is what affects, your skin. And this is a huge thing. I already spoke about it. So hormones could be a huge factor. And a lot of the times I always suggest get this checked out by a professional so you can understand, if it is affecting your skin, if you have hormonal acne. Another huge thing that could be affecting your skin could be your diet. So the things you're eating. And a lot of the times it comes down to, dairy products. Sometimes it might be greasier products. I've heard people have acne breakouts from eating, certain types of meat or certain types of oils. So you really want to take a good look at your diet and, find ways to start incorporating skin foods. And I can do a whole video on, how you can actually focus on skin foods. I can talk about, different things that I utilize because I also have acne, and thank God it's going away slowly, but it's definitely a process. It's not going to be overnight, but really just being able to focus on your diet, it's super important because everything that we eat, becomes us. We are who we eat. So we want to make sure we're putting, the best things in our body. So a lot of the times, the things that are affecting your skin is probably what you're eating. So really just focus on that. And that actually brings me into my next point. I'm actually looking at my notes right now, is your gut health, which also ties back to what you're eating. Because a lot of the times our gut health, if our gut isn't healthy, it shows up in ways like, being sluggish, tired, bloated, but it can also show up as acne as well. So it really presents, on your face what's happening in your gut. So if you're having gut issues, you might want to take the time to actually see, okay, maybe my acne is, tied to that. And some of the things you can do, there's always the opportunity, to take probiotics and prebiotics, but you can also get those good bacteria through the food you eat as well. So I know yogurt's a pretty good one. If you're really trying to stay away from that dairy, even though it's not as big of an effect because of the fermentation process, you can also go for more fermented vegetables. So you can do your sauerkraut. You can also do your kimchi. I love both of those. I love me some good fermented vegetables, pickles. These are all really good things that you can actually eat to be able to help your gut health. So that's another thing you can think about that might be affecting your skin is your gut. So really take, in consideration, and it'll affect even better if you get your gut healthy. It overall is just going to be a better experience for you, not just your skin. So some skincare tips I want to cover, because we already talked about finding out the type of skin that you have, understanding what might be affecting your skin, whether it's your diet, whether it's, your gut health, whether it's hormones, also drinking water, forgot to add that in there. That is just overall health. I know it's hard, ladies. I struggle with it, but drink water because it's so good for you. But some tips that I want to give in your journey to be able to help you with your skin is, one, get checked out by a professional, see what's going on with your skin, get a deeper understanding on what's happening. Because if you do, then it'll really give you a basis to start so you can actually grow from there. So always get a professional opinion on what's going on with your skin if you're really struggling with, acne or texture or discoloration. Those are different things that you can struggle with. I just know a big thing is acne, but there's other problems that you could be struggling with. And with acne comes hyperpigmentation as well because of post-acne scars. So these are all the things that, professional can actually sit down with you, look at your skin, and give you more of a professional opinion on what's going on. The second tip I want to give is to make sure you build a routine. So once you figure out what's going on with your skin, what you need to do for your skin, then you want to build a routine to be able to fix that. And I know throughout this series of Glowing Up and Finding Ourselves, I'm going to talk about routines a lot because it's one of those things where it's boring, but it works, right? So once you find something that works, it's not about it working overnight. And you hear that in all different stories of things actually making a change. It's something where you have to put it in place and then actually follow that, right? So your morning routine, your nighttime routine, you need to make sure once you figure out what works, you can start implementing that and do it consistently. So whatever products you're using for, as I said, your acne, hyperpigmentation, discoloration, texture, all of this, you have to use it consistently for it to work, which also includes your diet. So if you want to drink more water, eat more probiotic and prebiotic rich foods, eat healthier, you have to make sure you do it consistently, because we can't do it for a week and expect it to change everything forever and then go back to bad habits. the routine. And then this one's I threw this in there. It's just a simple thing that you can think about, because a lot of the times we don't really think about this, but really start to look throughout your day, your routine, and what you're doing and what is coming in contact with your face. So a lot of the times if you wear makeup like I'm wearing right now, you want to make sure you're washing your brushes regularly. This is a huge problem that might introduce bacteria to your face. Make sure when you wash your face, you're not adding bacteria with, using like a cloth to dry it multiple times or reusing the cloth. I like to just use, disposable paper towels. I know it's adding more trash, but it's the best thing that I've found for my skin. Use it in moderation. But for me, I know each time I pull off a towel, it's going to be completely clean. Also, make sure you don't touch your face as much throughout the day. I know we tend to do that. I tend to do that, and I have to be a lot more conscious on that. So I'm not, introducing more bacteria to my face. Your pillowcase. I have a silk pillowcase. And yes, that's good, but I also suggest changing your pillowcase twice a week. So maybe get, a set and then have a specific pillow you sleep on. So you have like 2 pillowcases that you only use for that pillow, and you can change it out throughout the week as you do laundry. But I prefer silk pillowcases. It's just better for my face, better for my hair. But also, I change it out twice a week to make sure I'm sleeping on a clean pillow. So these are just some things that you can actually think about on what you're doing throughout your day that might be introducing, bacteria to your face that might be causing any sort of breakout, which might lead to, discoloration or whatever it might be. These are just some things about skin health. So those are my tips, guys. Really just being able to, start in the basis of taking care of your skin is really just getting to know what type of skin you have, what is affecting it, and tips on what you can implement on a day-to-day basis, which also include routines to really just take care of your skin. Thank you guys so much for staying with me through the episode. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.